Monica, how's this experience been so far?
It's been lovely. It's not a hard job, it's to be convinced to come down here for a few days on the Mediterranean, to stay in Monte Carlo. We spent the day yesterday up in St. Paul de Vence. We had a beautiful lunch at the Colombe d'Or. We went up to the Foundation Merkt and the artwork. I mean, it's a truly rich experience and one that I'll never forget. And I think to be able to mix that in with the work is good. And also the people here are fans of the show. What I'm not like that journalists love the show, which as an actor, it's so nice to be interviewed by people that genuinely care about what you do and to share the passion for something that, because we spend 10 months of the year on a soundstage. We hardly see Los Angeles, let alone coming to these parts of the world where there's such a big fan base for the show. It's lovely to connect with the audience in this way.
Now you're relatively new to the show, given some of the other
I'm
characters.
very new to the show. I'm like fresh meat. Yeah.
Were you a fan before?
I was. I admit I only watched the beginning stuff back in the day. I'm not a television watcher. Occasionally I'll binge something if it's been really highly recommended to me, but I wasn't familiar with the most recent versions of the show. So when I got approached about the job, I went back and started watching the more recent seasons and started to get a feel for it. But then I realized I didn't want to know too much because I sensed my character, given that he's new to the hospital, he shouldn't feel too comfortable or too aware or familiar with what was going on. So I watched enough to get a sense of the tone of the show, which was important. But I wanted to retain a sense of that fish out of water about him. So yeah.
When you came on, did the other cast members haze you at all? Give you any tips? Did
No,
anyone
they
say
were very
anything?
kind. Thank God, because I was already nervous. I'm glad nobody had too much fun with me. Ellen was so sweet. We went out to lunch together when I got the job, and she kind of briefed me about the history of the show and all the drama that's gone on over the years. And one of the things I love about Ellen is she's very frank. She doesn't mince her words, and she really let me know some of the stuff that had gone on. But thankfully today the dynamics within the cast are very smooth. Everybody's, I think, very grateful to be there. I think everybody's very appreciative of the fact that they're on this show that's so, it's been going for so many years, but it's still so well loved. And I think that's the one thing as an actor you hope for, is that audiences love what you do. And I think for me to come onto something that's already so well established, it's an honor, but it was daunting. So I'm glad nobody made it too hard for me. Everyone was very welcoming. And
What about fan reaction to you and to your character, especially given that, in theory, you're going to be the new romantic interest for Meredith?
Yeah, that's to be expected, and I think there was a lot of passionate debate as to whether my character was to be accepted or not. And there's a part of you that can get hurt by that, but I quickly realized that it's pretty passionate, the viewpoints out there, and I realized that's just a testament to how much people love the show, and I think that's not always the case, and it is a testament to how good the show is. So I saw it as a positive thing. I saw it as people truly committed to these fictional characters, and if you think about it, they've participated emotionally in the journey of Meredith and Derek's characters, in their relationship over 11 years, which is longer than most relationships last. Let's be honest about it. So I think for them to go along for that ride, it's only natural that they're going to have some pretty strong feelings about the potential new suitor. And although that was always on the cards, it's also not necessarily a fait accompli. I think there's a chance that Shonda may play with that storyline idea, but she said to me personally that she's also very happy to disregard that if something else seems more feasible or more interesting for the audience. And that's really what she's invested in, is making sure the show is as good as it can be for the audience. So anything could happen.